When I was 25, my dream was to go to aviation school and fly helicopters for the NYPD. I was an auxiliary police officer, and back then it was kind of nice to interact with the community while you was wearing that blue uniform. In 1989, detectives approached me, and then they showed me a whole bunch of pictures of a crime scene, and I said, I don't know. I never seen that person. I don't know what this is all about. They said, well, you know, tell us that you did it. I said, I can't tell you that I did it. I didn't do it. It was really saddening to see the people that you trusted, the people that you look up to, accuse you of something that you had nothing to do with. I was found guilty of murder in the second degree. I was sentenced to 25 to life. Out of that 25 to life, I served 27 years, 9 months.
The criminal justice system in the United States is plagued by the problem of race and class. Let's just be honest about it.
The criminal justice system does not work. The people that always end up incarcerated are disproportionately Black and Latino. Reform is necessary, and it is, in my view, the single biggest civil rights issue in the United States of America today.
My name is Felipe Rodriguez. I was born in Ponce, Puerto Rico. I moved to the U.S. in 1979. My son was born in 1986, July 2nd. That was like the happiest moment of my life, seeing that little guy. And my dream was to have a nice job and to raise my son. On June 16, 1990, I arrived at Great Meadows Correctional Facility, better known as Comstock. And on that same night, a gang fight broke out in the yard. Several men were stabbed and slashed. They made us strip naked in the yard. They locked us in, and then for 3 days, they searched our cells, destroyed our property. It's a mind game. You know, if you're not strong enough, you get broken. I've seen men hung themselves, have overdose of drugs, get stabbed in the heart with ice picks. I've seen guys get raped. My son suffered plenty from this. He definitely tears a family into pieces, and God carried me all through that. I prayed every day. Every day I prayed. Wake up the next day and go at it again. After 25 years, I was up for parole. The night before, I prayed, and I said, are you ready to die in prison? In the morning when I got up, I said, thank you, Jesus. And I told the deputy superintendent for security, I said, I'm not appearing before the parole board. My innocence means the world to me. I'm ready to die in prison. Martin Luther King Jr. died. Why did he die? Because he stood up for the truth. Because he stood up for what he believed in. If you believe something, stand for it. Stand for it no matter what it costs you. I wasn't willing to negotiate the truth. The truth was I was innocent, and I was going to die for it.
Recently, we made an alliance with the Innocence Project. It became clear that the union could help in 3 ways. First, and perhaps easiest, is to help them raise money. The second is to find jobs for people who were wrongfully incarcerated when they get out. And then the third thing that we told them we'd like to help them with is on legislative reform. The intractable problems that you can't solve in Albany, that perhaps the union and its political operation can lend some political heft and weight to get done.
In 2017, when Peter came into our office, it was an incredible day, because when he said that the HTC was going to support us in trying to pass eyewitness identification reform and videotaping of interrogations from Miranda warnings forward, my God, that was critical. Eyewitnesses, 1/3 of the time, make mistakes. So when you have protections in place, like double-blind procedures where the police officer conducting the photo array or the lineup doesn't know who the suspect is and gives proper warnings like the real perpetrator may not be in this photo array or lineup. That greatly reduces mistaken identifications.
We have seen across the United States time and time again prosecutions being overturned because exculpatory evidence has been withheld, or because evidence has been manufactured, or because witnesses have lied. So last year, we helped create a legislative panel to investigate prosecutorial misconduct. A law was passed that allows the governor to sanction and remove prosecutors who engage in misconduct. It's the only law of its kind in the entire United States. We've also successfully repealed what was known as the blindfold law. In New York, if you were facing a criminal prosecution, the prosecution would give you the evidence literally the day before the trial. Please try to understand that if you're a poor person in prison and you can't make bail, and you have a public defender who's overworked, underpaid, and not capable of mounting a real defense on your behalf, you're forced to take the plea bargain and live the rest of your life with a criminal conviction. When you take the right for proper discovery, combine it with a speedy trial, and eliminate cash bail, that defendants don't have to sit in prison while they await trial.
To get the labor movement as a key working partner in the criminal justice reform effort is just critical to the ultimate success that we all hope we're going to be able to achieve. And the proof of concept is what the wholesale trade union has been able to do for us in New York State, in Nevada with the help of the culinary workers, and in the state of New Jersey.
I met the Innocence Project in 2000. They assigned Nina Morrison to my case. I don't think there's anybody that has believed in my innocence more than Nina Morrison. And together, they went and got Governor Cuomo to commute my sentence, get me up out of prison. I called my son. That was the first voice I wanted to hear. It was the greatest moment in my life, to be able to tell my son it was over. When I came out, I had nothing. I was stripped of everything. I was beginning all over again. No housing, no money. And then a week later, I met Mr. Peter Ward.
We made a commitment to Barry that when he has clients that he believes in, to the extent he believes in a person like Felipe, we want to help those people re-enter the workforce in the unionized hotel industry in New York City. Felipe wound up in a job as a houseman in a hotel just right across the street from the union headquarters. He has 100% cost-free health care. He has a pension plan that has a top value of $2,400 a month. And he has a life that now is dignified and respectful.
For 27 years and 9 months, I was making 0.25 cents an hour. So I made every 2 weeks, $15.50. Local 6 has granted me the privilege to make $33 an hour, 2 weeks vacation, 8 sick days, 3 personal days. I went from slavery to executive pay. It's extraordinary. I got a car, I got a credit card, I got a debit card. I built up a $7,000 credit line. So I just took my kids to Coney Island last week. Every day, I got out of work, and the minute I get on the train, I get a text. Dad, you all right? And I'm good. He's already got it timed down to the minutes. Dad, you walking home? Yeah, I'm on my way home. It's like, he's my parole officer. Just have a ball, dude. It's amazing. Family is absolutely the best thing anybody can have.
all I ever wanted was him back. They haven't made the words yet. Webster's slacking right now. Yeah, I used to read the documents, case files, his case all the time. I thought I could be some kind of help in a crazy super case like his at the time. I thought a little 5-year-old could get him free, and it can mess with your head for a little while, you know, growing up like that for 27 years and 9 months. You treat your father like a caged animal, you know what I mean, for no reason. So good. There's a lot of emotion behind it. If I could be half the man you are, I'm good.
These reforms will transform over the next couple of decades the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. It will ease, if not eliminate, the suffering of hundreds of thousands of people and their families. I'm also very proud of the work that we've done with some other locals around our country. The Culinary Union, Local 226 in Nevada, literally carried over the finish line some really meaningful reform in the state of Nevada. The first is a compensation bill. A compensation bill that says if you've been wrongfully convicted, you're entitled to money. And the second is the factual innocence bill. Up until just now, in the last couple of weeks, if you were convicted of a crime and you were not able to clear your name within 2 years, you lost your right to continue to try to clear your name. Even if you had DNA evidence several years later that completely exonerated you, you weren't able to introduce it.
So when you put all this together, this alliance between the union movement and people on the ground doing criminal justice reform is absolutely indispensable and should be replicated all across the country.
Whoever gets to see this video, whoever gets touched by this video, I invite you to please make it your business to get involved. This poem was used by the late Nelson Mandela to survive prison. Wherever I was transferred to, I always posted it either on my bed or on my locker. And every day I woke up, I read it. And the most important thing of this poem is you should never bend under no circumstance. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried out loud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.